Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another competitive game analysis. I am Sylphin. Again, we're taking a look at another match here played by Undead Legionnaire, as they're just 5 stacking here, wanting some advice. So we're going to give it to them. Again, all of these are kind of my own opinions, my kind of takes, and so please take it as you will. Hopefully, you find it useful. Alrighty, guys, let's get right into this game. The good-looking, stylish team here. Oh, man. Hello there, Revenant. You have no idea what exactly you are, do we? Alrighty, so let's take a look here. Our team here is the blue team. This is the team that we are taking a look at, the Undead Legionnaire. So we have Jesus MD, Sith Lord Unicorn, Vindicated, Camtyke, and Hercules. Against Fatal Barrage, it is a familiar name I know of relatively high elo, I do believe. Rumcake I recognize as well. Polarized maybe, Font, and then Joshua here. Looks like we have a little bit of an invasion here in the enemy jungle, which is nice. Look at those ward placements. So that is really good to have all of that ward vision there. It should come into play if that's going to lead to them counter warding in their own jungle. That's good, because that means that there aren't any wards in your jungle. So that just means, hey, they have to spend more wards kind of counter warding and stuff. Looks like a little bit of harassment there. Wasn't able to coordinate anything on Joshua. As Vindicated, yeah, has to go back here. As that's not too bad, having the jungler here being a little, or no, off lane. Yeah, so even there, that is the off lane. A little bit late to get into lane, but that is okay. As I don't think that's really going to hurt too much in this early game. So, in terms of early game decks, Stalker Siphon on Sever, I'd love to see that. His attack speed is super duper low, and even upgrading this attack speed with even upgrading it with attack speed, really honestly probably not too bad of an idea, especially in the math department. So good to see that. Medstone Gem and Health Potion with a Steel Support, going for Circlet of Health. Okay, so Circlet of Health is usually enough to, at least in my opinion, but I mean, there's absolutely no problem with that. You're getting 3 CP of stuff in there. That's absolutely perfectly fine. I mean, you could go for 3 CP of, power right up the early game, but that is super safe. Feng Mao, definitely, absolutely, and Bellica with a health potion healer token against a howitzer. I would agree with that, as the terrifying, there's the, level 2, so you have to be really careful. Level 2 howitzers are going to go immediately into that pressure. You got to really be careful, and it looks like you are going to get outplayed here, yeah. So that's exactly what you have to worry about. And offlane is getting picked off as well. To play it safe, especially with the Narbash Yin. Great dive potential, great playmaking potential there. So level 2 howitzers, that is exactly what they are going to try to do. You see it all the time. Oh my goodness. I'm having a blank on the name. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's not Suki. It's not Suki. Oh my god. Complete name blank. Really prevalent mid lane howitzer player in the competitively. Oh my goodness. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. That's exactly how he dominates here in the early game. Going upgrading level 2 missile as well. Exactly what you will see. Maybe this is his Smurf. I have no idea. No idea, but it's exactly what you need to be careful of. A little bit of a jungle invasion right around... okay. Well, that is alright. So there it is again! There's the E! Absolutely dominated. That is what Howitzer does. And you just have to be careful. Bellica against a Howitzer, at least in the laning phase. No, that's definitely not what I pick. So, I mean... In terms of your team composition, though, you have crowd control. You have 2 good sources of stacked crowd control, and then I guess the steel and Bellic as well. If you can manage to combo with the E to save the charge. But look at this crazy jungle invasion here happening already. Stealing the green buff. So that is just due to that Just this strong presence here from this howitzer, disabling. Yeah. So we do have, yeah, Vindicate is gonna have a hard time. Oh, yep. There you, oh, very nicely done. Oh, holy smokes, well done. Yep, just go back. That's just a lost cause there. As the Revenant here, you should be able to have a good amount of pressure on this Kwong. Just because, I mean, well, just because you're Revenant, right? The Scar into the Obliterate, and it is his armor. His armor is definitely not as effective as say your Feng Mao pick here. Feng Mao against the Revenant is super duper duper nice to counter pick, and very effective. But you are on the Raptor side, so you know what? That's completely fine if you are going to, you know, freeze the lane. Absolutely very sound, so that you just stay in that lane, farm up, make it nice and easy. 8 to the 9 here. Maybe that could be more, but otherwise, I mean, they're really not all that bad. Revenant really starts to snowball once he gets his ultimate anyways, so been a little bit safe here. Yep, the Howitzer is gonna position on the side here just so he has an easier time jumping forward. Sevarog here does have a bit trickier of a time in the jungle. You really have to kite properly with Sevarog. Blood Mortius from the Toronto team just released a fantastically detailed. Oh, there it is again. Oh boy. Oh, but very nicely done. Looks like he missed a few things there, so very, very careful. Again, Howitzer, Groom, Polite, lane bully. So yeah, Blood Mortius did a fantastic detailed guide recently. Go check that out, absolutely. Incredibly, ridiculously detailed. So Sevarog should be able to get this. Yeah, there you go. Oh no! Oh, very nicely done. Yeah, okay, good. Very nicely done. And the Narbash just did use his thunk, so I don't think he... Okay, that's unfortunate. He might... Yeah, he probably had his thunk soon, so that is unfortunate. Polarized being a very big lane bully. So wards here at this point would be something I go into absolutely immediately against a Howitzer and a team being this... aggressive is absolutely what I would do as soon as freaking possible. Is it even possible? It is possible. The healer token, yeah, health potion, mana potion. That is a good idea on Bellica. Just, well, she's kind of she's quite a bursty caster when just because seismic assault into your void bomb is just an essential. So that is good. I would be getting that ward as soon as possible, especially in this game, just to put that wards out on the sides. Fantastic replay, Bug. Thank you very much. And it looks like, oh man, yeah. So that is the I think the aggression against this offlane Kwong hasn't been put down, and he's feeling aggressive. This should be an easy collapse here on the Kwong here. To get this. Look, 3 health potions, or 3 health tokens, my god. You can see it ticking up. That's insane. But otherwise, that should have been, oh boy, that should have been an easy collapse. There we go, okay. Did get it. Might have extended a little bit too much. Vindicated might be taken out now. But as a Feng Mao with the shield and the getaway, oh, but no mana. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I would at least try to keep going, but okay. So it's looking like the pressure is kind of getting to everybody. Playing it safe against all of this aggression is what I would say would be the safe way to go. Lots of ward placements here. The orange team is doing a much better job. You can see wards. Ward down in the mid lane even, and on your jungle side as well. So you can see right there. Wards. Everybody should have one by now. Sorcerer's Ward, No ward on the Revenant. Absolutely. In this case, I would have gone into the Revenant, into the ward ASAP. Just because everybody's hurting. Guardian's ward and ward. Okay, so everybody has wards, but again, another gank. I want to see exactly what happened there. We have the, yeah. Again, so in the ward placement here is really, really nice. Right here, right on these stairs. Just so you can look up there, look down here. I mean, you can maybe get away with one of my favorite spots, right here on the steps to look down. Just because if you place it kind of too far here, yeah. So like kind of like right here. It does reach over here, and you can see that they have placed a ward there because they know that the counter to exactly what they're doing is vision placed right here. On their side. So they're going to be grouping up here for Raptors. Absolutely, they have the lane pressure down in your off lane and in the mid lane. At least somebody has to deal with it. And they know that as the dominant display so far has provided them that security. Get these Raptors. So the Unicorn here is, oh yeah, gonna probably get taken up, but he is Steel. Should be able to do quite a nice job here. There's that. I don't think anything's gonna come from this. Should just be able to seal. Should just shield to charge away here, but no charge away. Yeah. So that howitzer, that howitzer mine's gonna come out soup like just kind of really quite right away. To kind of hug that outside wall, get out of there. So really dominant display here by the enemy team. Wards would definitely have helped. That early game pressure was good, like right off the gate with those dummy wards, and maybe just retreating there and getting back into lane and playing it safe would have been a safe move. So in the CP department, anything else? No, not really. So yeah, you can see the wards here, right? Right over here, yeah. So right here, making sure that this mid lane this mid lane vision is cut off, as that is the that's kind of the key. If you can shut down mid lane control, then whatever team has that control can easily rotate while the others can't. They kind of have that pressure, and that security is just not there. You can see the Polarized here has been doing a great job of rotating, as really makes it quite easy for them. Ooh, yeah, that bull rush and the ultimate's almost up, so maybe could have done something there, but I don't think would have turned into anything. Yeah, that's a replay bug, of course. You have a little bit of a gank potential in this mid lane. That could be it. Watch out for the mine to hit into the tower. There you go. Nicely dodged there. In terms of team comp, like I said already, the Severed Root into the Delica stun is really nice. There's a little bit bad positioning, coming out a little bit too aggressive for the carry, coming in right through the river. Always maybe trying to take a little bit of a less aggressive routing or less pathing there, because now you kind of all shot. Here comes Hercules. Here comes Hercules with this. There is the oh, well done indeed. Can you guys kind of get the Fatal Barrage? Yes, you guys do. But haven't been focusing the carry. Not that he's too strong so far. But okay, so unfortunate there. Again, that is because the quadra kill, yeah, fought there being a beast. Is she fed? She is quite fed. 24 indeed, yeah. So yep. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. Yep. So that's gonna hurt. There. That is the penalty for not having the Revenant there. Having your carry missing while the enemy had their carry. Yes, it is still in the early game, but at this point with such a high equipped CP, anyways, that's just gonna hurt. So safe pathing there with the vision as well would definitely have helped there. As you can see the ward here. So let's go back to team composition again. The Bellic and the Severoid, I like that. That is a good kind of little bit of a wombo, sort of like just layering that crowd control. I mean, the steel can also get in there as well with his charge and his ultimate to kind of set stuff up. But then you're kind of relying on that initiation. So the team follow-up is very, very important. As you can see there, not much happening. And there is the secure. Oh, very nicely done to peel for your steal. Although I don't think it is enough. As there is kind of the point proven that follow-up from the steal is very, very important. So and I think he sort of he's a late gamey kind of pick, right? A late mid game. The late game pick where once towers are down, once rotations are much more easy and much freer across the map, then things can happen. And at this point, the vision advantage is so strong for the enemy team. They are safe in making these rotations and invasions into jungles. So, that's just comes with it, that vision. Yeah, so Sith Lord here is trying to reclaim that vision, and that's just from this constant pressure. The enemy team has kind of built up that vision and has that security in rotating. So not looking too good for our team here. But you know what? Such a fantastic howitzer player and fatal barrage. I do think I do recognize a rum cake. You have really tough opponents here to come up against. So yeah, so the steal. I personally see the steal the steal pick being more kind of like your wombo combo setter upper. If you want my technical description of him, he's kind of the wombo combo setter upper. And yeah, you have some wombo combo here with the Sevarog and the Bellica stuns, but really I think the steal is like the perfect pick for a steal, an off lane damagey brawler steal into a kind of a Decker gadget sort of, those large AoE sort of wombo combo deals. That is definitely what they are used for. And here again, that vision is just so strong. We know by this point that they are playing the rotation grouping up game, and you just can't let them. The only reason why it's working is because people are, getting caught out trying to do things, and you just can't. You just can't. You have to weather the storm, farm, and just do that sort of stuff. So, and you can see here that they are so confident in their things here that they are tower diving at this point. They're getting the kill. Yeah, that's so, I mean, at this point, you can see that they have started to go... No, that's just a little bit of health here. Yeah, so 240 health. So, yeah, so there's that little bit of tankiness on the Klong with his shield as well, providing that. They're very, very confident. And you just have to weather that storm. Weather that storm. Try to get claw back some CP in lane, and just kind of pick them off one by one. Don't push the lane just a bit, so you can maybe get a wee bit of vision with a ward, take down some of the enemy wards, and just play it safe. So like this Revenant here, you do not have the vision here. You know that they have been doing that. Yeah, you might have seen them kind of get out, but you need a ward at this point. You need a ward right here to give you a little bit of a vision into the Raptor Pit. And up here, you just absolutely know. There you go from the Unicorn, and then you can push up at this point. So at this point, it's a very sort of claw your way back across the map. And it's gonna be it's gonna be a hard clawback, but that is it. You just can't let them kind of get those picks. Let them waste their rotations. Let them waste their rotations. You know, only be out there one at a time, but be very safe about it so that they can't get those picks, and then they just wasted all their time, and then you can claw back that farm and just kind of get picks here and there, add up. Enemy team can't do stuff. You are grouping for War Prime just because they were kind of doing that, so that's great. You've clawed back vision in your weak side. They have a little bit in your strong side, but I think you have better ward placements. Period. So much more efficient ward placements that work very well. So yeah, so that's good. Yeah, great, fantastic. That is a good ward placement as well, and that is a good ward placement as well. So I mean, they do have wards just kind of in random places across the map. I like your ward. I mean, for having little wards across the map, they are very high value placements. So again, so like this, like that, kind of unnecessary movement across the map like this, that is what is going to that is what's going to feed into what the enemy team is doing. You get the Narbash pick, but then you got to be careful because the Wombo combo here, yeah, that is exactly yeah. So to analyze the enemy team's strategy and what they have been doing, and they've been executing that strategy very well, has been that control from the Howitzer, Grux, and Kwong. They have a very meta team right now. Yeah, I mean, Yin is strong. Period. So I mean, nothing absolutely wrong with their Yin pick. You know, maybe a Revenant perhaps could be, but I mean, with this team comp, so they have that control, high amount of control. Kwong, Howitzer, Grux, Narbash, like they have it. So. Safe is the name of the game, and I think the theme here so far. They're going to try to punish them, and that is what maybe you guys should be doing. Yep, so trying to punish these guys for getting that, but unfortunately there is no follow-up, and that is a bit. So, I mean, yeah, you do have some with the Sevrog Balkan Steel, but maybe not enough. It doesn't. The synergy here is very particular. Like, you kind of need things to work exactly as you know, just exactly. You need the Sevrog route into the ultimate, into maybe the Belikastan, and then the Steel ult, and blah blah blah. It's, you know, very, very particular. While the Orange teams just kind of, it just works all the time, right? You know, the Grex charge into the smash and grab into the really reliable Thunk from the Narbash, and just Howitzer Mine is just fairly easy to execute. Just works well. The Kwong, so it's like it's all very, you know, easy, kind of reliable. Whereas this is kind of quite particular. So, against this team comp, oh boy, it's kind of really tough to see. Kind of just maybe doing the same thing. So, I mean, Revenant synergizes very well with somebody with maybe high crowd control. Just to keep them rooted down and isolated, or especially like a phase to allow him to maybe dive out there. And there you go. So the follow-up not paying off, and now their easy, control and whatnot is going to work well. And at this point, have a numbers disadvantage. The Howie Mountain actually works well for you, and yeah, it's just gonna get picked apart. And that's kind of what. That's kind of what the team is. That's what the enemy team is doing. So, trying to contest here some vision, trying to contest some mid lane control here as they're going to go into an Invisi or Prime. So, playing it safe, definitely the name of the game here. At this point, yeah, Steel should have it, as long as they have his charge here, should be able to have a good time here. Doing that. Circular health and tune barrier. That is going to work well. I mean, there is a lot of burst that you're seeing. A lot of those abilities are just going to nuke people down. So it's going to be good. Yeah. So you're just going to have to weather the storm at this point. Trying to just play it safe, getting those. Oh my goodness, there's a fantastic teleblink into the mine, but I don't think it's enough. You know, it's not. Vindicator's gonna have to be very careful. Can he get out? He does. There's the ult. Can you guys focus a target here? Get Fatal Barrage? No, doesn't look like it. And the Yin does get that. So that is unfortunate. As yeah. So the synergy, I guess, is the name of the game. The enemy team is synergizing very well in terms of their team comp and how they're playing. While necessarily, I suppose you guys aren't. I think that's it. Dominant execution. I mean, these guys are playing ridiculously well. Polarized has been absolutely monstrous this game. Fatal Barrage being there exactly when they needed. Joshua with great nuke and abilities as well. So just very dominant display from the enemy team. Sorry about that. So maybe let's try to make some more conclusive stuff here. So Belka is a strong pick for sure, but against the howitzer, maybe not. Maybe something like a Gadget would have been better. Gadget has more long-range potential, so I can just sit back and kind of void the howitzer. Definitely not a Morgesh in the mid lane. Somebody maybe even like a Shinbi, although all of its crowd control would be a terrible idea, especially. And definitely not a Countess. So I think the Gadget perhaps would have been the way to go. Nice, easy, reliable abilities that just work, right? You don't want a Gideon because of the Narbash as a mid laner. And any other odd mid laner, I don't think would have worked well. Even the Steel and Gadget would have worked much better there. So there is that to think about. In terms of the support here, I have to think here. Against a support, you do need control, but they do have they had a lot of just follow-up, right? Their follow-up is insane. The Narbash thunk into the Grux pull, into the Howie mine, into the Kwang sword, just ridiculous stuff like that. So a phase to save people, and also let the Revenant just do nuts balls moves. And commit to ridiculous things, uses ult and Scar and Obliterate, just finish people off, and then with an easy peasy pull. The phase would have been a really good idea. Even though they have a ton of crowd control, I mean, that is hard. The crowd control is Phase's bane, so I mean, a phase would have worked well, I suppose. Dare I say a Muriel? Just because all that follow-up, you can just shield them to try to get through it. There's really not much you can do against it. So those are some ideas, I suppose. Off lane, your off laner here, Feng Mao. Feng Mao could have definitely worked. Maybe a Greystone. Honestly, a Greystone here just to survive. Just to survive through all of this nonsense, right? Just to survive, make it so that they don't have that there's another target that they just don't want to attack, right? And just be that pain. Just be that pain. Go after that Yin. Force all of that nonsense out from the enemy team to deal with the Greystone that's trying to go hard on the Yin, and then that enables the rest of your team to just kind of just to do their thing, right? So maybe a Greystone would have worked well. The Greystone and Muriel would have comboed really well. Greystone and the phase even, that would have been great. Revenant here, again, Revenant does suffer from escapes, and the follow-up here it's just easy Narbash thunk into anything else on this team. I mean, that would have hurt really well. So perhaps Revenant not so much. Oh boy, who would have been a great? You know what? Maybe even a Twin Blast. Maybe even a Twin Blast to be that elusive. Dodge that Grux, smash and grab, dodge that Narbash thunk, just to dodge all that stuff. Maybe a Twin Blast would have been a good idea here. The Twin Blast, yeah, maybe that is a good idea. And the Sevrog is not an issue. you know, Sarah just to counter all that nonsense to get the roots and stuff like that. Maybe somebody like a Rampage, perhaps, just to weather the storm against the enemy team. But I mean, I don't think Severog is a strong pick. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's any issue with that. So there are my thoughts on the team comp. And as for the gameplay, again, we talked about that the whole time. So just dominant display from the enemy team, really bullying the mistakes and the playstyle and the team comp that you guys had. So the safety, they really abused the lack of safety you guys were creating, and that vision really didn't help either, as they were really taking advantage of that, making some ridiculous rotations and kind of plays, and it could have been shut down by that vision. So dominant display, that would have felt really bad. So there you guys go. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you guys are watching. What do you guys think? What are some constructive criticisms that you guys have? Some things that you noticed? What are some of those helpful tips that you think I missed or that I'm wrong about? So please let me know down in the comments, as we're trying to be as helpful as possible. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, and of course, guys, subscribe. You guys found this content helpful, especially, or you just enjoyed it. Please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Until next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.